Close in?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so this is what you're going to do. You're going to make one, knit three, make one, knit two, make one, knit three, make one. So on the first stitch, for the make one, I would just knit front and back. So you're going to turn this one stitch, you're going to knit one, and then you're going to knit through the back loop without dropping the stitch. And that's going to be your make one, okay? So you're actually going to have a make one, that's going to be a make one, knit one. So then you're going to knit two more stitches. One, two, okay? And that's going to be your make one, knit three. So now you need to make another stitch. So now what you can do is you can either raise the bar in between and knit into the back of it like this, that's a make one, or you can knit into the front and back of the next stitch, which is going to give you your make one and then knit one on your next knit two. So on your knit two, you're going to have one stitch left to make. So you're going to knit two. I mean, that's going to be your knit two. So then you're going to have to make one again. So you can either do the same thing. You can either lift that bar, or you can do a knit one, make one, which is going to be your first stitch on this knit three plus your make one, and then knit your last two stitches. But on this last stitch, since you need to make another one, you're going to knit one and make one like that. And that's going to give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 stitches. So hopefully that makes sense to you. So these knit three, the knit three, the knit two, and the knit three, you're going to use the first stitch of those to do your make ones if you knit front and back. So you're going to be actually knitting the first stitch on the knit three and then make one, which will be your knitting in through into the back loop. So on your last knit three, if you're going to do that method, your first stitch that you knit, if you do a knit front and back, is going to be knit your first stitch on this knit three and your make one here. But then on your last stitch, if you knit front and back, it'll be the last knit stitch of the knit three and then your make one. So hopefully that makes sense for you. But you end up with 12 stitches and you start with 8. So alternatively, what you could do, as I'll show you on this end, you could actually like pick up the leg. Let's see. You know what? Let me do it. I'm going to do it with the tail right here. Alternatively, you could pick up the leg on this first stitch. If I can pick it up. Okay, and then put it on the end of your needle and knit into that stitch, and that'll be your make one. Okay, and then you would knit 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you could make one by picking up the bar, or if you pick it up this way, you could just knit it correctly. Knitting your bar here, and that's your make one, and then you have your knit 2, and then you have another. I don't know how that happened. You have another make one here. And you just keep going like that. And then you would knit your 3, 1, 2, 3. And then you'd have your last, actually, I'm going to go ahead and knit these last 4 stitches so I can show you how to do that. So when you do that last knit 3, when you get to the end of the stitch, what you would do again, like somebody suggested, is you could pick up the right leg on the stitch below and knit into that stitch. And that'll give you, I'm on my tail end, so that'll give you your last make one. So you could do it either way.